India, when you study in India, 10th is the major milestone. You have board exams. And now, of course, I know they have grades instead of numbers, right? In our case, it should be numbers. Very strict numbering system. And this is the first time you are kind of in an entire Delhi, or your board. I will see in CBSE board, right? So entire board, board exams as they're called. So you are kind of being compared with the entire country or entire city, state. So I did very well in that, in 10th grade. I had, I think, very good marks. I'm trying to remember what was my total. I think I had perhaps 82, 85%, something like that.
That's really great.
Those days it used to be very good. Now it is, now everybody scores 100 or something. Those days, and I tell you, I was 15 or 16 rank holder in Delhi, entire Delhi. And now I think another thing I'll change is that Vivek Sharma I mentioned to you, he joined us I think in 11th, 12th, not in 9th, 10th. And my class I was top, and also I was kind of teacher's favorite, but I think I was kind of in Delhi, I was in a good rank. I got National Merit Scholarship. It was merit cum means, since my father's income was low, so I qualified for that. I remember these two things I remember. So 10th was a very milestone year, and that's kind of what proved to me that I'm really good. Proved to the world also I'm really good, right? All of a sudden everybody starts respecting you, because you see the entire area that we lived in, 10-kilometer area, nobody has scored beyond 70 and you are 80 something. I don't remember the percentage, I should look up. But I had a very good percentage. I remember, I was 16 or 18 in Delhi. And I started getting scholarship of 250 rupees a month, which used to be a big amount those days. Very big amount.
This also sparks another question. Nowadays, as you mentioned, that the competition is really cutthroat.
Yes.
And some marks, people are getting 100, some people are getting 98.
I think it's not just competition. Now, the difference is, I'll tell you, now the whole evaluation criteria, they have changed. They have made it objective. How can you score 100 in English? If our time it was all about writing. Now now I have seen question papers. There are many articles, India Today and other people have written that now these days you say write something using these words. And as long as you've written something in English using those words, you get 100 marks or you get full marks in that particular question. It was not like that in this. History, you could never score 100% in history. Or social sciences, right? You could never score. Now most of those are objective questions. People are scoring. You could score 100% in my time. I had 100% in math, and I had 95, 96% in physics, or I don't remember now. It was physics or sciences at that time. Maybe just sciences. Maybe it was those 10th grade science and social science, maybe like that, right? So I did score pretty high in those. Social science was less. English was less. Sanskrit was very high. Sanskrit used to be objective because it was a third language, or so they used to make it objective. But English and Hindi, you could never score 100%, right? So I think things which were very objective, where I could score 100%, I did very high, but not otherwise. So I think 11th and 12th, talking about changes in my life. So since that gave me it was a confidence booster for me. 10th and below, even though I was good in studies, I was not a very confident boy.
You didn't know your potential.
I was very fearful. I used to study, you can say, out of fear. Right? Now you're making me think all this. Now I think I was very quiet, studious as they call, chashmish, studious, sitting in the corner, studying all the time. If people come, even though I was social with friends, but if some other elders come to the family, I'll just go to my study room. I wouldn't like interacting with them. 10th was my major shift in myself.
This is another question which I would have. Again, the competition, drawing parallels. The competition is high. Let's say in my class, one person gets 100% and I score 94, 95%, which is good enough. I know my potential, or my parents are saying my potential is of 100 out of 100. How to not feel labelled or graded by those marks? As you said, 10th was a turning point for you, which showed that how much potential you had. it can also be a degradation point.
Yes,
Though you
that's
potential.
why they have changed from numbers to grades now in 10th grade. See, again, I'm not an expert in this. There's a whole psychology behind. Though marks are good for some people, they're bad for others. If you score less, you lose your confidence, right? So that is part of life. I as I said, I'm not being an expert. I'm not going to comment on it. But that's why many, like, I'll tell you, in US now, last 7 years I've lived in US. My son went to high school there, and they do not till your high school, till your 12th grade, they do not give the marks. You don't get marks. Only like in 12th grade, when you're high school, when you're graduating, you get to know your rank in the class. They don't even have ranks. You don't have ranks. You don't get to know, because that's kind of you continue to work towards. Now college, I think that also may stop. Like for college applications, you need to know your rank. May not be even marked. And then you have, of course, standardized tests like SAT or ACT, which everybody takes. Like we have board exam there, you have SAT and ACT that everybody across US takes. So when that standardized test, they're called, that gives you a rank, right? Not your school. School may you get a rank, there you'll get a number, right? Like that. And because they are more advanced society, so they work in that direction.